Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm here with more Plague Inc. Evolved, and today we'll be doing the Necroa Virus, better known as the Zombie Plague. So we'll be doing this, and with our genetic code that we've got modified, we've got Metabolic Jump. This will make it so we get more DNA from popping red bubbles. That will be very handy. We've got Darwinist, so it increases the chance of your plague mutating. The reason I'm using this is because sometimes, not too often, but sometimes you can get some good symptoms for free. Increases the infectivity in your starting country. That would be great. And I've also got it so it gives my plague a bonus in rural environments. So once it starts spreading to places like Europe and America and a lot of places that have high density urban environments, we should be quite good. For the zombie one, we actually have spliced activation. This will make it so active abilities cost less DNA to use. And that's because it can get a bit expensive to use them, because in this one you got to use them a lot. Anyway, let's continue. We're going to be doing Mega Brutal, and we'll be calling our plague the Crazies after the movie. Very underrated movie. It's one of those like kind of, I don't know what you call it, like B or C class like budget movies. You know, there's not a lot of money put into it, but there's a few good actors. Everyone does their role pretty well, and yeah, I think it's an underrated kind of zombie movie. So we'll be starting in Saudi Arabia. Now, why Saudi Arabia? Well, because Saudi Arabia has the advantage of its planes and docks go all over the world. It is a very highly visited country, and so we'll be starting there. Let's pick up the speed. Now with this one, you want to try and get your zombies as quick as possible. Normally you'd be thinking, oh, well, I want to just infect everyone as quick as possible and kill them. Not really, not necessarily, because in this one, the cure happens very, very quickly. So inevitably, the cure will happen like 9 times out of 10, you will get cured. So you can't be focusing on that. You can't be focusing on your infectivity too much. Now, I am for a little bit, just because I want to make sure that we have enough infectivity to actually get our plague spreading across the world. But then after that, I want to start focusing on these symptoms, because that will allow us to actually get our zombies up and running. So we're just waiting for a bit more DNA. Now we've got 8, we'll get the first symptom. There we go. So this will make it so inflammation. Oh god, I can't speak. Basically, they're producing a lot more saliva when they're talking and when they're kissing one another, so the infectivity will go up a lot higher along with the symptoms. So now we have finally spread to East Africa. So now we'll start going up quite quick. And this is why I have it so the red bubbles will give us more DNA. Because when we start to spread, we'll start to spread very quickly, and we'll need that early in-game DNA to get these symptoms up and running quick. Here we go, here's all the red bubbles. Beautiful. So now we got that, we're going to get it so they're basically getting now inflamed stomachs, which causes frequent vomiting. So the infection rate will go up quite high with that as well. And a lot of these early symptoms also increase your infectivity, so technically you don't even need to get the transmissions that I got. I'm sure you could do it without it, but I like to do it just to make sure that we get some of these countries all over the world infected with the planes, because otherwise it can take a little bit longer. As we can see on the map here, we're getting a decent spread. I'd like to infect a little bit more of the left side hand of the world here, but we're doing good. We got Australia, we got New Zealand, we got Japan, so we can basically move around to all those island areas when we need to. We've gotten a few places in Europe, and we've gotten a bunch of DNA, so let's spend it. We're now going to get cannibalism. So everyone's going to be starting to kill and eat one another. So they're basically zombies, but they're just not undead zombies yet. But now, they will become undead zombies. So here we go. We got cryptonic, chytoprathic. I think that's how you pronounce that. God. English is hard. Reanimation. So basically, everyone who is now dying will become a zombie, I believe. If not, then it's the infected people who are now starting to become zombies. One or the other. Either way, people are now becoming zombies. So we're gonna go down this tree. I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna get that one there. And I'm gonna save up for this one next, because that has a nice severity to it. And it makes it so the zombies can bite through thick clothing, which when we have to fight the military, will hopefully give us a combat advantage. So now Saudi Arabia has shut down their land borders. The world is starting to become aware that people are getting sick. Gonna get that one now. And now I'm gonna start focusing on my abilities here. So we have ones like regenerative activation, so it makes it so basically anyone who is dead in your country can then, you click a button on it and more of them turn into zombies instantaneously. We have this one which basically delays the decomposition of your corpses, of your zombies, so they'll last longer. And then we have this one which basically allows the zombies to gather into hordes like the Walking Dead and travel around, which is what we want to get. So that will allow only a handful of zombies. This will allow increase the size to a few thousand, so we want to get that. And then we want to save up for the one that can make it so it's a few 100,000. And we want to try and get those as quick as we can while they're still kind of cheap. And then we have one here. Here we go. Horde pheromones. Now this is great, especially if you can get it when it's a bit cheaper. So this will make it so we can move millions of zombies from one country to another. And how much does that cost? That costs 18. So that's obviously quite a bit of DNA. And unlike the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes disease, the simian flu, we don't have these colonies just giving us constant passive DNA. So now we've got all of our hordes. We want to start increasing the speed of them. So we're going to get that one there. And now the zombies have basically destroyed Saudi Arabia. They've basically destroyed Egypt. They're destroying a lot of these Middle Eastern countries. East Africa is about to collapse. So now we need to start saving up our DNA to move these zombies around. So I'm going to grab these zombies from Madagascar and I'm going to move them over to Indonesia. I'm also going to grab a force from Egypt and I'm going to move them into Italy. And we got a bit more DNA, so I'm going to grab one more detachment of zombies from, where can we get them from? I'm just thinking of where do we want to move, because we got to be aware that ZCOM, which is basically the military that's dedicated to eradicate zombies, they will be after us very soon. So we want to make sure that we have a good spread, so we are pretty well equipped to get rid of them. So we'll just move them there. Cure is already at 25%, that's not a big deal. There we go, ZCOM project activated in Ukraine. And they're already setting up a new base, so we need to move quick. So we're going to grab some from Turkey and we're going to move them right into Central Europe, right onto their border. We're also going to grab a force from Iran and move them into Russia. And we're also going to grab some from China here and we're going to move them into Japan. Now, how is Mexico going? Mexico's got about 1 million, so we'll move them into the United States. It turns out they were heading to Central America. So I'll grab another force and I'll move them to Central America. Because you want to destroy these guys as quick as you can. The longer they're around, the stronger they'll become, and the more zombies they'll kill. So what I want to do is I want to make my zombies a little bit quicker. I also want to make it so they're quicker over the water. And now we want to start focusing on things that will give them a combat advantage. So I am tempted to grab, I'm going to grab this one here. So what does it say here? Mutations in the endocrine system causes part of the skin to harden and calcify. Gives zombies a combat advantage. So we'll get that and hopefully that will help us fight against ZCOM. Now how are we going when it comes to the world map? We have a lot of the world infected. Some of the world is still holding off from our disease. Now we're going to start grabbing some from Russia, and we'll move them into the Baltic states. Now the reason why I'm not going straight into Ukraine yet, I can grab a detachment from Central Europe and move them in right away, just to keep them busy, keep them under the pressure. But basically I want to infect all the countries around, so I have more and more zombies to send in there in case my zombies do fail, which of course it looks like they kind of are. They're not strong enough yet to kill off a Z-com, so I'll get that one as well, which will harden their skulls, I believe. Yep, there we go. Encourages bone growth around the skull, makes it harder for them to die. And how are they going over here in Central America? Central America, it looks like they're gonna lose, which is great. We'll grab some from the US, move them into Canada, grab some more from Mexico, move them into the Caribbean. Now, Z-com is strong in Ukraine. Their first base is always their strongest. As we can see, we have quickly infected all of these countries around them. Grab some more from Turkey, because Turkey is completely empty. Move some into Kazakhstan. Grab some from Poland and move them into Ukraine as well. Grab some more from Poland and move them into Sweden. And we don't want to forget about these island ones up here. So a lot of this disease is just making sure that you can micro good enough and keep your zombies moving around. Because if not, you'll have a tough time beating this, especially on Mega Brutal. There we go. So as we can see, the cure is basically done. Now Z-com is getting a bit stronger. That's what these planes are. Every time they send a plane, they get a bit stronger. So we want to send even more zombies into these bases, just to really make sure we are absolutely overwhelming them. There we go. Grab some from Italy, move them into France, because France seems like it's struggling to be taken over. We'll grab some from, where is this? Algeria, and move them into Morocco. And we can see every time one of these zombie heads pop up, it means the country is completely taken over with zombies. There is no humans left in it, which is a good indicator that we need to move the zombies out of here and to somewhere else. So we'll move these ones to Greenland. We'll also grab a bunch and move them to Iceland. How are the Z-com bases doing? So they are putting up a bit of a fight still, but we got plenty of DNA, so we'll grab that one to also make it so we are tougher. This also gives us a combat advantage, makes it so we can basically spray bile at them. I know, disgusting. But that's zombies for you. Okay, so we're going to keep on moving them around. Canada's basically taken over, so I'll grab a force from there and move them down to the UK. These islands down here haven't even been infected yet. Good thing I noticed them before all the zombies in the area died off. So I'll grab them from Japan as well, move them down. How is Australia going? Australia and New Zealand are also fighting against the disease. So I'll grab another force from Mexico and move them over. There we go. Southern America is destroyed. Ukraine is destroyed, their main base. So that is Z-com eradicated. So basically, all we have to do now is make sure we move across the rest of the world, infect and kill everyone before all of the zombies will basically rot away and die. And I'm actually very happy about this run, honestly. I don't think it'll be like a 5-star run or anything special like that, but this is my first attempt today. So, and I had a lot of failed attempts previously. So to go from basically 10 or 12 failed attempts back to back to back and just not being able to really figure out how to do this, so then being able to do it first try the next day, I am very happy with that. So just to finish off, we're just going to keep on moving some more zombies around to these countries that aren't fully taken over yet, just to speed it up. What countries are left? We still have a few, so just wait for them to all die. There we go, more and more are falling. What countries are left? We only got 5 left. 4, 3, 2, 1. What's the last country? Oh no, we still got a few more, my mistake. And we might as well spend some of our DNA, eh? get the score up. Anything else we can buy? No. Who's left standing? We got New Zealand, the Balkan states, and Spain. Spain has been... I don't know how Spain always manages to survive pretty well against the zombie plague. I really don't get it. There we go. That's them down. Spain's about to fall. And then who is last? New Zealand. Good old New Zealand. Are they going to fall? They're going to fall. Beautiful. See if we can quickly buy anything else just to increase our score. Buy that. Why not? And there we go. The Crazies has destroyed humanity. Mindless zombies infected. The Crazies have have hunted down and consumed the last human survivors. The zombies will decay soon and the whole world will be empty. And there we go, victory. Well, there you go guys, that was me beating the Necroa Virus on Mega Brutal. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below on what virus or game you would like to see me play next. Got a lot of new games coming out, so I'm excited to try them out. But once again, if you enjoyed, be sure to click on the video that you see, or hit the like and subscribe. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Adios.